He would never have walked into such an obvious trap. The angle of the trajectory multiplied by the square root of an isosceles triangle, dividing Gutenberg's principle of opposing forces in motion, and adjusting for the difference in equilibrium. Dawson, at the exact moment I tell you, we must release the triggering mechanism. Get ready, Dawson. Steady.
In the foggy streets of London, where some mouse chief lurks beneath the surface, the game is afoot as a mystery knocks on the door of the great mouse detective. The story takes place in Victorian London, a mousedom where mice are the main inhabitants. After a little mouse girl's toy maker father is abducted, she enlists the aid of Dr. Dawson to seek the assistance of Basil of Baker Street, the Sherlock Holmes of the rodent world, who suspects a link to his archenemy, Professor Ratigan. In this game of rat and mouse, based on the children's book series Basil of Baker Street, the animation world takes on a dark yet classic detective story atmosphere reminiscent of Sherlock Holmes, with its lovable characters, action-packed sequences, and sprinkles of humor.
Miss Lanchester.
Flavisham.
Whatever.
With Basil as our protagonist, combining Sherlock Holmes' deductive prowess with a touch of mouse-sized charm, the film also delivers one of Disney's most memorable antagonists, Professor Ratigan, voiced by Vincent Price.
What did you call me?
No matter the mystery, when Basil has eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
Actually, it's elementary, my dear Dawson.
In a realm of serenity and peace, light years away from any known troubles, an insidious force emerges, threatening to disrupt the tranquility of life in Gandahar. On the utopian world of planet Gandahar, where people live in perfect harmony with nature, mysterious evil forces known as the Men of Metal invade their serene abode. In this dire hour, a prince named Sylvain rises to face the threat hanging over their peaceful planet. In this sci-fi fantasy, based on Jean-Pierre Andrevon's novel The Machine Men vs. Gandahar, French director René Laloux, known for his animated film Fantastic Planet, creates a surreal alien world inhabited by bizarre characters all presented with stylish art design. In the story, a lot of bizarre things are happening. We meet underground cast-out mutants, a giant blue head floating around, an angry-looking army of Iron Men, and even a Godzilla-like creature. The English-language version of the film, titled Light Years, was translated by the great Isaac Asimov, though with a reduction in nudity featuring the voices of Christopher Plummer and Glenn Close. When the sins of yesterday haunt our tomorrows, it is the path we choose that shapes our journey toward redemption and a better future.
Oh, damn. There you go again, stepping on my lines, raining on my parade, costing me medals. Oh, damn! Ooh. Ooh, Fritz. Fritz, get up, for God's sake, get up! They've killed Fritz! They've killed Fritz! Those lousy, stinking yellow fairies! Those horrible atrocity-filled vermin!
As the world was ravaged by nuclear devastation, humanity's ember flickered faintly in the mutant-ridden wastelands. Yet from the ashes arose ancient guardians, reclaiming their rightful place as humanity's true ancestors, in wizards. In a post-apocalyptic future where magic has returned, a good wizard named Avatar must save the world from his evil brother Black Wolf, who manipulates his army of mutants using Nazi propaganda to do his bidding. Directed by Ralph Bakshi, known for his bold and often edgy animated films, Wizards marks his first foray into the fantasy genre, though not in the typical fairy tale fashion. Instead, the film presents a dark and brutal world, exploring themes of propaganda, fascism, and totalitarianism through the character of Black Wolf, who wields Nazi propaganda to control his army. In this futuristic fairy tale, even the storyline is all over the place. The animation style is characterized by its unconventional, distinctive, and surreal approach. At the end of it all, if only they hadn't killed Fritz, we may never have had our bizarre adventure in the world of wizards.
So, what do we have to work with? Ropes.
No.
Grappling hooks?
Yeah, no.
Your swords?
Hey, I've got this.
Oh, great. He can pick his teeth when he's done with us.
Yeah, okay. See, in the hands of an expert, a good knife has 1,001 uses. Ooh.
In the saga of 1,001 Tales, an epic odyssey of adventure and myth sets sail across the ocean in Sinbad Legend of the Seven Seas. After the famous pirate Sinbad is framed by the goddess Eris for the theft of the Book of Peace, he sails off on a quest to her realm at the end of the world to retrieve it and save the life of his childhood friend, Prince Proteus. Inspired by tales of Sinbad the Sailor from the Arabian Nights with elements of Greek mythology, we have a charming and happy-go-lucky hero setting off on a seafaring high adventure, battling monsters, and sharing plenty of banter throughout his journey.
Give that guy a raise.
This film stands as the swan song of DreamWorks' hand-drawn animation era, featuring wonderful visuals and a screenplay crafted by John Logan. The characters are well written and, thanks to the talented voice cast, exhibit great chemistry together, with Brad Pitt as Sinbad, Catherine Zeta-Jones as Lady Marina, and Michelle Pfeiffer as the goddess of chaos, Eris.
Enough talking. Time for some screaming.
For friendship and love, no obstacle is too great as one will brave any challenge, even at the ends of the world.
Hey up, it's flat.
And you were worried.
What do you mean, were?
Kima, we need a pickup here.
Little late for that.
I'm right above you. Can you get to me?
Not enough time. Not a lot of time.
Exhale.
You gotta be kidding.
Exhale.
Oh, no.
In a universe where Earth lies in ruins and humanity hangs on the edge of extinction, hope is not lost as a spark of resilience ignites, fueling a perilous quest for humanity's salvation in the future where Earth has been destroyed by a mysterious alien race called the Dredge. A young man named Cale Tucker discovers his pivotal role with humanity's last hope for survival, to find a ship named Titan before the Dredge destroy it. Directed by Don Bluth and Gary Goldman, the film portrays a dark future where humanity is cast out into the galaxy, struggling to survive in the aftermath of Earth's destruction. The film marks the final production of Fox Animation Studios. While the story isn't entirely original, it's well executed, featuring top-notch action sequences that combine traditional hand-drawn animation with CGI. Though the galaxies may resonate with the remnants of our past, our future remains unwritten, as long as there's one soul to carry the flame of hope for humanity.
No, it's just a reflection. I'm not a flower.
Once upon a time in the attic of nostalgia and the glow of childhood memories, a grand adventure begins to find their lost connection in the brave little toaster. The story is about a group of household appliances, a brave toaster, a tender blankie, a half-bright lampy, a witty radio,
Cannibals within a few days. I've seen it happen.
and a gruff vacuum cleaner named Kirby, who miss their owner, a young boy that they call Master, and decide to go on a quest to search for him. The film is like a horror version of Toy Story based on the novella of the same name. While it may seem simple on the surface, this film tackles some surprisingly deep themes like fear of abandonment, identity, and purpose, as the appliances experience feelings of worthlessness when they are not being used by their owner.
What are our instructions?
What do you mean, what are we gonna do today? The same thing we've done for the last 2,000 days. Chores!
Like any normal 80s animated movie, the film is filled with scary and disturbing scenes, such as a man enjoying disassembling the appliances, an evil clown, and numerous deaths at the junkyard, while the cars are singing "Worthless" as they face their demise. After going through their nightmarish journey, they learn to treasure their past while courageously embracing the changes that lie ahead.
Look at the size of this. It's got to be half a mile high at least. It must have taken thousands of years to carve this thing.
Hey, look, I made a bridge. It only took me like, what, 10 seconds? 11 tops.
In the silent depths of the deep blue where the secrets of the ages slumber, there arises a glimmer of hope to lead the way to the forgotten wonders of Atlantis, the lost empire. A young linguist named Milo, voiced by Michael J. Fox, follows in his late grandfather's footsteps by joining a team of explorers on an expedition to discover the legendary city of Atlantis. Unlike previous Disney animated features of its time, which leaned heavily on musical elements, this film focuses more on fast-paced action-adventure filled with humor and witty moments.
Forget your jammies, Mrs. Packard?
I sleep in the nude.
You're gonna want a pair of these. She sleepwalks.
Inspired by the works of Jules Verne, while the story is straightforward, the characters are both fun and engaging. Yet what truly distinguishes the film is its beautiful anime-like visual style, complemented by stunning action sequences. In a path where others have failed, one triumphs through determination to find his lost treasure and fulfill his dream. In days of yore, there stood a city of gold, its tallest spire crowned with 3 gleaming orbs. Legend foretold that the city's fate hung upon the presence of those sacred spheres, for their absence would unleash chaos and bring ruin upon its majestic streets in The Thief and the Cobbler. Our tale begins after Princess Yum Yum saves a poor cobbler named Tack from execution. Together, they must retrieve the magical golden orbs stolen by a clumsy thief, and save the kingdom from the evil Grand Vizier Zigzag and an army of one-eye monsters.
But I, Zigzag, will reign supreme!
Directed by the master of animation, Richard Williams, known for his work on Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the film has faced numerous setbacks over its decades-long production. It holds one of the longest production times of 30 years, but was never completed by Williams himself. As a result, various versions of the film exist, but the one closest to Williams's vision is a fan restoration called The Recobbled Cut by Garrett Gilchrist. While the film's troubled production history leaves its mark on the narrative, its animation tells a different story altogether. The vibrant colors, fluid movements, and distinctive character designs portray a masterful display of animation. The prophecy foretold that it would be the humblest of souls, armed with the smallest and simplest of things, who would bring peace to the Golden City.
Pirates. And the most feared of all these pirates was the notorious Captain Nathaniel Flint.
In the far corners of the galaxy, where the whispers of the Ethereum lure wanderers with promises of boundless adventure, one spirit is lifted to seek out the treasure trove of the cosmos, hidden and stowed with riches beyond imagination, the loot of 1,000 worlds in Treasure Planet. After a rebellious teen named Jim Hawkins discovers a map to a great treasure hidden by the legendary pirate Captain Flint, he sets off on a voyage across the galaxy to find the Treasure Planet. Directed by Ron Clements and John Musker, the creative minds behind Disney classics like The Little Mermaid and Aladdin, the film is a reimagining of Robert Louis Stevenson's classic tale Treasure Island, set in a visually stunning sci-fi universe.
Jimmy, I don't know about you, but I'm starting to see my life pass in front of my eyes. At least, I think it's my life. Was I ever dancing with an android named Lupe? Ben?
The strength of the film lies in the relationship between Jim and Silver. Jim, a teenager grappling with feelings of abandonment and self-doubt, left in the wake of his father's abandonment at a young age, forms an unlikely bond with John Silver, a character with nuance and depth who defies the traditional Disney villain.
You listen to me, James Hawkins. You got the makings of greatness in you, but you gotta take the helm and chart your own course. Stick to it, no matter the squalls. And when the time comes you get the chance to really test the cut of your sails and show what you're made of, well, I hope I'm there, catching some of the light coming off you that day.
The film also graced us with the voice of the Goo Goo Dolls frontman John Resnick, singing one of its memorable tunes, adding a touch of melancholy that mirrors Jim's own emotional journey. Lost among the stars, yet in the pursuit of Treasure Planet, for one remains enduring while being guided by an unexpected hand to find his way and rattle the stars.
Up and get in!
There's no need to forget our manners just because there's a war on.
Shut up! I'm trying to listen!
Take shelter immediately.
I've never heard such language in all my life.
For God's sake, shut up!
Oh dear! I've left the oven on!
Get in! Get in! Get in!
The cake will be burned!
Lie down. Keep away from windows.
In the gentle embrace of the English countryside, innocence and tragedy share a silent stage, crafting a tale as the horror of war finds its voice when the wind blows. The film follows an elderly couple, Jim and Hilda, as they naively attempt to prepare for and survive a nuclear attack following government guidelines. Despite their efforts to follow instructions, their lack of understanding about the true nature of nuclear war leads to tragic consequences. As the bombs fall and the world around them descends into desolation, we share in the horror of what they're experiencing, witnessing their denial and unwavering optimism in the face of impending doom. Based on Raymond Briggs's graphic novel, the film lays bare the toll that war takes on the soul, presenting a raw and bleak story of an ordinary couple facing unimaginable horror as they endure the fallout of a nuclear strike with innocent naivety. The film's animation, ranging from traditional hand-drawn to stop-motion sequences, adds a visceral depth to the narrative in the bleakness of the couple's world. When the winds of war finally cease their howling, innocence lies shattered in their wake, a silent casualty of our brutal reality. Thank you for watching, and for more underrated movies, be sure to subscribe to Underrated Cinema.